Hey, part 3. I gotta go through these a lot quicker. Wrestlemania 14, easy. Michaels Austin. Really like this match. This match might not have been better than the Bret Hart match with Austin, but it was still very good. I personally like this match better than Shawn and Bret because, like I said, when you just have like 30 minutes of nothing, of just headlocks, you start to bore me and you don't start to intrigue me. And that is a really bad thing in wrestling. 99, Austin Rock, easy. That was a pretty good match. 2000, the Triangle Ladder match, that's easy. 2001. This is a tie between favorite match, TLC 2, Technically Sound. I'm going to go with Angle Benoit. Yes, Angle Benoit. Well, I do think Austin Rock was one of Austin's best match, possibly his best match. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because I said Austin Rock at WrestleMania 15, and I'm not saying it now, doesn't mean that this was better. It means that WrestleMania 15 was a crap-ass pay-per-view, and that was the best match. And this pay-per-view was stacked. And in my opinion, the most memorable one, the most memorable one, and technically sound one, this is going to be a two-way tie, is TLC 2 and Angle Benoit. I just thought Angle Benoit was a technical better match. Plus, I didn't like the ending of Rock Austin. I thought it was probably Austin's best match, but I didn't like the ending because I think they dragged it on. They dragged it on a lot, actually. Vince comes out and screws The Rock for a good 5 minutes. No, you're supposed to be in shock. It's supposed to be like, Vince comes out with a chair, and then he hits The Rock, and then Austin's a stunner, then Austin immediately pins The Rock. And then everyone's in silence. But when you just have Vince, come in and try to help Austin beat The Rock, and it doesn't work the first time, and they try it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and it doesn't work, it's like the surprise is gone. You're just like, no. All that surprise, all that shock, it's all gone. You just have, again, the heel turn surprise, it kind of lost me. And that's why it's not more memorable. So I prefer the Angle Benoit match and the TLC 2. Angle Benoit is very underrated, in my opinion, one of their best, besides the Royal Rumble 2003 encounter. WrestleMania 18. Gonna have to go with Fathead and Flair. And my most memorable, because I actually thought Flair had a chance, which was weird. When I first saw this, a long time ago before I got the WrestleMania anthology. I thought Flair would win, and I wasn't sure what would happen in the match. And I'm really glad. I was rooting for The Undertaker, believe it or not, even though he was a heel, and everyone really wanted Flair to win. But I thought it was a very good match, and I read in Flair's book, this match helped Flair go back in his head. I am good. I am a good wrestler, because he was really down on himself. WrestleMania 19, this is very hard. That's what she said. Really trying to think. There was a shitload of good matches here. I'm going to have to go with Michaels Jericho as technically sound and memorable. I'm going to go with Lesnar Angle. This is also one of those instances. Because the Lesnar Angle match, everybody remembers it for the Shooting Star. I remember it for the Shooting Star. I also remember it for 3 F5s. That's someone a lot of people don't talk about. The F5 was just unstoppable. No one would kick out of the F5. It was almost guaranteed. Angle kicked out of it once, and the second time he rolled away. I was like, holy crap, bro. He got out of 2 F5s? That's amazing. And plus the Shooting Star, and plus Lesnar winning the title, that was huge for me. And Jericho, Shawn Michaels obviously was the best technically sound match. WrestleMania 20. I'm going to go with the triple threat match at the end being the most memorable. Best technically sound. It's either that or Angle, Eddie. But I'm going to go with the main event. Because I like that match better because it's triple threat. Triple threats are always more fun. WrestleMania 21. A two-way tie for technically sound and memorable. I'm going to have to go with Angle Michaels, which is one of my favorite matches of all time, and Money in the Bank 1. Money in the Bank 1 is one of the best ladder matches I've ever seen. It was the first one, and it's really something to remember because all the Money in the Bank matches have tried to copy it. Last year, in my opinion, was the closest one to ever get to it. But they could never, reach back that glory that Money in the Bank 1 had. And this plus the Michaels Angles match, WrestleMania 21 might be one of my favorite WrestleManias of all time. Michaels Angles, as we all know, that's a given. And Money in the Bank, Superstar, a stellar ladder match. I thought it was all just very, very, very good. It all led to a very, very, very good Mania. Okay, WrestleMania 22, most memorable. Rey Mysterio winning the World Heavyweight title. And do I give that one best technically sound? No, I gotta give that to Edge McFoley. I just saw it on the Edge DVD. It was very, very good. But Rey Mysterio winning the world title, I never thought it would happen. I knew they were pushing Rey for months ever since Eddie's death. And even Eddie Rey was in the match. I still couldn't believe that Rey could be world champion. It was really hard for me to imagine Rey being world champion. It's not gonna happen. I couldn't imagine it because Rey still in my mind wasn't even that high up in his status to be a world title contender. I just couldn't. My brain couldn't configure Rey Mysterio winning the title that night. And when he did, that was just a huge freaking surprise. You could also consider John Cena Triple H because of the heat, but I still gotta go with Rey because I never thought he would actually win that match. It was just I never thought he would win. It was a really big surprise to me. Did I skip Mania? No. Okay, WrestleMania 23. My favorite match, technically sound, is tie between Batista Undertaker and Michaels HBK. No, I'm gonna have to go with Michaels HBK. Even though I love Fathead winning the world title, but Michael HBK was just better a match. I think it's a little underrated. People think Batista Undertaker was the best match in that pay-per-view. Batista said in his book, me and Taker stole the show. I say you stole the show, but then Shawn Michaels and Cena took the show back and extended it even farther because I thought they had a better match. I thought they had I'll even be cut to say they had a much better match. But most memorable, this is one of those instances, have to be Vince shaving his head. Because even though I kind of had a feeling that Trump would win, I didn't really see Vince getting shaved at Mania. I thought he would find a way to do something or whatever. But because I know it's WrestleMania and you do the big stuff in Mania, but I've never seen Vince bald. That was memorable in my eyes and very good. Now we have Edge, Undertaker, and Flair. Michaels, no question about it. Even though I thought Edge Undertaker was a very underrated match because, like I said in my last video, people know them best for Hell in a Cell. I don't think anyone even talks about their TLC match. Maybe Mania, but no one talks about Backlash or Judgment Day, which were very, very good 4-star matches. Judgment Day, which was a 4.5-star match. WrestleMania, which was a 4 3/4-star match, and Hell in a Cell, which in my opinion was a full 5. I just saw it last night. It was fucking awesome. And I think this WrestleMania, while that match was very good, I gotta give it to Michaels Flair for both, for most memorable and technically sound, because they had a very good match. The match was 20 minutes long. I think it was the longest match on the card. Hold on, let me Wikipedia that for you guys, because that one I'm not so sure. Do I have time? Yeah, time. That one I'm not too sure if it was. Okay, where is it? I don't see anywhere on Wikipedia that says Ric Flair. Oh, wait. What the fuck? This never says it. Oh, here it is. Since Wikipedia is the only place I trust. Let's see. The Undertaker match with Edge was 23 minutes, and Ric Flair's match was 20 minutes. No, it wasn't the longest match on the card. But come on, the drama. I cried when Ric Flair lost. I openly admitted I cried when he lost. There was tears running down my face. And, Ric Flair, God, that emotional thing that he had afterwards. God, it was too much. That was by far most memorable. And I'm going to call it the better match. These guys put on a fantastic match. I don't think it's a 5-star match. I personally think it could be a 4.5-star match. I won't give it a 5. But I liked it a lot. I liked Sean's somersault flip that he did to Cena at WrestleMania 23, which looked really good. And then I think he broke his ribs when he did it now with Flair. The figure 4, the sweet chin music that Ric Flair kicked out of. I was like, oh my God. And I actually thought at the end, when Sean said, "I'm sorry, I love you," at first, for a second, maybe it was hope in my heart that he would go for the kick, and Ric Flair would well, "I'm sorry, bring it on." I think it had to low blow Michaels and then roll him up. That's how I thought it would end. I seriously thought that. Maybe it was hope in my heart that Rick's like, come on, come on. Shawn goes for the kick, and then Flair goes, and Flair snaps out of it, low blow, and then he just rolls up Michaels. But I understand. I kind of knew going into it, deep down in my heart, this is going to be Ric Flair's last match. You can accept it or you can leave it alone. And it really, truly was amazing. So this was my best match in WrestleMania history. My favorite matches. I'm Bigrat310 out. Peace.